delivered in the main event. It's capped off with a war. Just give us your thoughts on Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett delivering a 5-round battle.
Yeah, I mean, what a couple. So Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-ins yesterday says, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now, I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, yeah, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys.
We haven't seen Justin yet, so we don't know what his status is physically, but I mean, is the interim, is the unification fight have to be next, or is there a case if he's hurt and needs to be out for a while?
Apparently he's 100%. So we sent Paddy Pimblett straight to the hospital, and then we're going to send Gaethje too. And Gaethje's like, believe me, I've been in plenty of wars. I'm good. So as far as we know right now, he's healthy.
Stop everything you are doing right now. Seriously, put the phone down, turn up the volume, and listen to me very, very closely. Because what we just witnessed at UFC 34 is not just a knockout, it is not just a highlight reel moment. It is the violent, undeniable death of a manufactured reality. We are witnessing, in real time, the complete and total collapse of the Paddy Pimblett project. For years, they have been feeding us a story. You know the story, I know the story. It has been repeated on ESPN, on TNT Sports, and by every casual fan in the comment sections. The story was simple. Paddy the Baddy is the next Conor McGregor. They told us he was special. They told us his grappling was elite. They told us his chin was made of granite because Scousers don't get knocked out. They painted a picture of a destined superstar who was simply marching toward his inevitable gold belt. It was a perfect marketing strategy. It was loud, it was profitable, and it was designed to make you believe that magic could overcome mechanics. Oh, you think his chin is high? You just don't understand his style. Oh, you think he gets hit too much? That's just how he baits them in. That is what they said to anyone who questioned the narrative. It was the ultimate gaslight. They made us feel crazy for pointing out the obvious flaws in his game. They fed him favorable matchups. They protected him from the top 5. They treated him like a Fabergé egg wrapped in bubble wrap. But tonight, that entire house of cards just came crashing down. The lie has been exposed. And it wasn't exposed by a decision loss. It wasn't exposed by a wrestling clinic. It was exposed by the left hand of Justin Gaethje. In a moment that will be replayed for the next 20 years, Gaethje didn't just win. He performed an exorcism. He took the hype, he took the marketing, he took the millions of dollars of UFC promo budget, and he threw it all into the dumpster with a single punch. When that hook landed, it didn't just shut off Paddy's lights. It shut off the excuses. It shut off the what if. It shut off the noise. Let's really break down why this specific knockout is so devastating for the establishment. In the world of combat sports, you can protect a fighter for a long time. You can give them old veterans. You can give them strikers with no wrestling. You can give them wrestlers with no hands. But eventually, you have to pay the toll. Eventually, you have to face the gatekeeper of violence. And Justin Gaethje is not just a fighter, he is a walking reality check. He is the exam that you cannot cheat on. You cannot talk your way through a Gaethje fight. You cannot market your way through a Gaethje fight. You have to survive. And tonight proved what we, the real fans, have known all along. Paddy Pimblett did not belong in that cage. Think about the arrogance of the matchmaker. They thought they could skip the line. They thought that because Paddy beat a washed-up Tony Ferguson and scraped by Jared Gordon, that he was ready for the highlight. It was an insult to the sport. It was an insult to the rankings. And Justin Gaethje took that personally. Did you see his face during the walkout? He wasn't smiling. He wasn't playing to the crowd. He looked like a man who was about to take out the trash. He knew that he wasn't just fighting a man. He was fighting a product, and Justin Gaethje hates fake product. Let's look at the sequence again. The Paddy truthers told us his unique movement would confuse Gaethje. They told us Gaethje was too old and too reckless. But what did we see? We saw a masterclass in violence. We saw Gaethje chopping the leg, systematically removing Paddy's movement foundation. We saw him finding the range on that uppercut, and then the finish. That wasn't a lucky punch. That was a receipt. That was Gaethje saying, "Welcome to the elite level, kid. Now go to sleep." Paddy didn't just, he crumbled. The way he hit the canvas? That is what happens when hype meets physics. And now the media is scrambling. Listen to the commentary booth right now. They are stunned. They are somber. Why? Because their golden goose just got cooked. They are already trying to spin it. Oh, he got caught. Oh, it's a learning experience. Oh, he's still young. Stop it. Just stop. This wasn't a mistake. This was an exposure. This proved that you cannot fight with your chin in the air against the top of the food chain. This proved that heart is not a substitute for defense. So where do we go from here? The Paddy Pimblett experiment is over. The illusion is shattered. He will wake up tomorrow with a headache. But the UFC will wake up with a massive problem. Their investment is gone. The mystique is gone. Once you see the boogeyman get slept, he isn't scary anymore. The rest of the division is licking their chops. If Gaethje can do that, what does Islam Makhachev do to him? What does Arman Tsarukyan do to him? They realize tonight that Paddy is but let's not focus on the loser. Let's focus on the winner. Justin Gaethje just saved the integrity of the lightweight division. He reminded the world that this is a sport of merit, not popularity. He reminded us that you have to earn your spot at the table. By knocking out the chosen one, Gaethje became the people's champion all over again. He didn't just win a fight. He restored order. To the fans who bought the hype, don't be ashamed. It's their job to sell it to you. But now you know. Now you see the difference between a star and a fighter. Paddy is a star, Gaethje is a fighter, and in the octagon, the fighter wins every single time. This knockout serves as a warning to every other hype train currently chugging along in the UFC. You can have the followers, you can have the podcast, you can have the hair, but if you cannot block a left hook from hell, none of it matters. Justin Gaethje is the reality check, and tonight, the check cleared. I want to hear from you. Go down to the comments right now. Do you think Paddy can recover from this, or was this the end of his run as a top contender? And where does Justin Gaethje rank in the all-time violence list? Let me know. Hit that like button if you appreciate the truth. Subscribe if you want real analysis, not the corporate narrative. The hype train has crashed. Long live the highlight. I'll see you in the next one.
Henry Cejudo would react tweeting, "One of the greatest fights of all time. Justin Gaethje, hashtag and new." Umar Nurmagomedov would simply tweet, "What a fight. Wow." Cody Garbrandt says, "Just a good old-fashioned brawl." Yuri Prohaska would tweet, "Congratulations to Justin Gaethje, but strong performance from both. Heavy in movement, big punches, no precision, just pure hard work and keep going through punches. Sometimes a fight is like that, and Gaethje is in this much better. Tough victory." So there you guys have it. Please be sure to leave your thoughts of the fight in the comment section down below, and YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video next. The MMA Guru tweets, "One of the most entertaining fights of all time. Going to be Justin Gaethje 3-2 with maybe a 10-8 in the second round. Eye pokes early really sucked from Gaethje, but the fight played out and he kept landing those overhand rights to stop Paddy's momentum. All-time war." Matt Brown says, "That was one of the most entertaining championship fights I've ever seen, but I've seen better technique at local shows. No hate, I'm just saying." Renato Moisiano says, "Paddy is a warrior." Ariel Helwani tweets, "Fight goes the distance. Great battle. They didn't stop for 25 minutes. I'd be shocked if Gaethje doesn't get the nod." Helwani would follow up with, "Phenomenal fight from Justin and Paddy. There's always a distinct feel to a Gaethje fight. He's still that guy. And huge props to Paddy. Scousers don't get knocked out. Rings true. Those shots would have put a lot of people away. Incredible heart and toughness." Paulo Costa would tweet, "I think Dana White should give the $400,000 to these two boys at main event. What a war. I don't remember seeing madness like that." Islam Makhachev tweets, "What was brought on a platter turned out to be inedible." Bilal Muhammad would simply tweet, "Great fight." Bilal would follow up with, "Justin has a guaranteed bonus every fight." Jared Gordon says, "What a fight. Hats off to both men." Dustin Poirier would tweet, "Welcome to the big leagues, Patrick. One up for the legends." Michael Chiesa would tweet, "First main event of 2026 absolutely delivered. We got vintage Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett showed tremendous heart. What a great way to kick things off on Paramount Plus." Max Holloway says, "What a fight. What a treat for Paramount Plus. New fans loading."